Oklahoma where the winds come, sweeping down the plains, whistles blow away your kingdom. Noise from the Sooner State, feel it in your eardrum. Way past the beginning and we are nowhere near done. My goodness, I'm nice with it. You can snap back, hold your hat, it's how I'm fitted. Getting fueled up off your hate as if I need it. Why it takes on eating lighter, people say I did it. You didn't know? When I hit the road, dog cities hear me spitting flows. Meanwhile, on tracks, I'm really not your typical spiritual, lyrical miracle, you imbecile. Going harder than a tombstone. Here lies in a method that never saw his doom, though. Joints instrumentally fired by IQ, yo. Rocking like a Lucifer track, but what do you know?
Forward and I can't go back.
Welcome all. This is the Outsiders Green Country Soccer Podcast. We're finally back. We had our little, I guess, after spring break. But it's me, Mario. Mostly all you know me. I'm finally with my good co-host, David. David, how you doing?
Good. How you doing, Josh? Oh,
we should have him on, live special from Planet Fitness, but he's a little occupied, wiping down toilet seats, I guess.
yeah. I heard he's not going to be back until City, gets in the Champions League again. But we'll see.
He'll never be back on, I guess. Well, what have you been up to, man?
So lots of dance competitions. Not for me, for my daughter, because
Okay.
I got two left feet. Trying to coach soccer, even though it's been raining a ton and we've had to reschedule like 9 games this year. So yeah, it's been a crazy season for my boys' team. My boycott of MLS is still on, so some of us still haven't given in. Texoma still hasn't won, so yeah. Pour out some for one's homies down there in South Oklahoma. But yeah, how about you, buddy? You've been doing good. Chelsea's been doing good.
Chelsea's been doing good lately, but I don't want to jinx anything yet. Don't want to say nothing, but no, this is the first year I have not coached a team, either my kids' team or help out and coach anything. And now I am kicking myself.
Hey,
My son's actually playing a little competitive soccer. He actually joined the North Tulsa League. And that's kind of run by a church in St. Augustine and North Tulsa. And they're doing it literally for really cheap. And he wanted to play a little bit competitive. I was like, hey, let's go ahead before you start club soccer. Let's put you here. And man, I had the opportunity to coach, and now I'm kicking myself for not coaching. The guy that's coaching my kids' team, good guy, I'm not trying to downplay him. The first thing he told me is, hey, every team that I coach, I make them win, make them win championships and whatnot. And man, I think I got Timu'd. I got lied to. A good guy, but in the second half of the Saturday's game, they had to forfeit in the 5th minute of the second half because they were getting beat 11-2. Yeah, that's not really great. But other than that, been doing good, working a lot, watching a lot of soccer. I don't ever want to hear anybody say anything about penalties ever again, and I think we're gonna talk about that here lately soon. But yeah, I'm doing great. But I hope everybody's doing good. I know a lot of people here in North Tulsa / a little bit northern of Tulsa and Bartlesville and Skytook kind of got affected. So I hope everybody's doing good. Well, yeah, that's what I've been up to.
Nice. Well, I'm watching this Lexington Louisville game, and it is getting feisty. It's 0-0 in the 57th minute, and RE1 red card. Probably should have been his second one just a minute ago, with a really nasty challenge by Lexington. And I'm just surprised Lynn Family Stadium looks empty on the television.
It is a Thursday. I mean, I midweek games are just horrible, but I was expecting a little bit. I watched maybe 20 minutes of the first half, and I was disappointed at the attendance myself, especially a in-state rival. Uh, you would think that place at least would be booming from either
Mhm.
side of the field, but it was not.
Yeah, it's like they're calling it like the Commonwealth Cup or something. So
Yeah, something like that.
there's a little bit of hardware on the line, but yeah, maybe Louisville should take a page out of one Knoxville's book. They just got through setting the all-time USL League One attendance record. I want to say it's because FC Tulsa came to town.
That's what it was. Was that
FC
their first
Tulsa.
time playing at that stadium as well?
Yeah, yeah. So
At that baseball stadium?
yeah, the baseball. I almost said that, but I was like, nah. Hey, look at there, Philly Goodrum's finally getting in the game.
All right.
All right,
So you're saying there's a chance for them?
There's a chance, yes. So, anyways, let's talk a little USL Championship. Let's bypass all the Premier League banter. And even though congratulations Liverpool. They won it all again.
And you know where they're gonna get their presentation? They get their I forget what's it called. Say it again.
Their trophy? What?
Not the trophy, but when a team wins the whole thing, and they get like an honoring from, I guess, the away team. Now it'll be the home team. It'll be Chelsea. They're going to be playing at Chelsea, I think, the next away game for them.
So you guys get to see them.
Yeah,
you can see them get their trophy. Oh,
yeah,
that's cute. Almost as cute as that Oktoberfest kit you're rocking.
Man, this is. Anytime I wear this, man, somebody asks me, "Is like, where did you get that jersey? That looks awesome." I'm like, man, I'm loving it, man. I was looking at my wardrobe and I was like, "Yep, this is the right fit for me today."
There you go. Well, my camera's not working, so you can't see me. I just got a Puma hoodie on. That's all I got on. So
you got to upgrade, sir. We gotta try that Hummel lifestyle now, man.
I can't afford that Hummel lifestyle. That stuff's not cheap. What are you talking about?
You got to move it on up, sir. You got to move it on up. But all right, you said you want to talk about some USL Championship.
Yep. So Jägermeister Cup started up. Some pretty good, interesting games in there. I think Naples played hard. Tampa Bay is, struggling. So, Jägermeister Cup, did it live up to your expectations the first week of the Jägermeister Cup?
To be honest, it was okay. I was, us as FC Tulsa fans were kind of disappointed at the results, but all in all, it was a good competition. The whole point system and penalty kicks after 90 minutes kind of ruined it for me a little bit, but I mean, we still have a chance. We got 1 point, so
but there's still 5 more games to go, or 4 more games to go.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is a little bit of a letdown, losing to Knox. Or technically we drew with Knoxville, but we lost in PKs. So it was a little bit of a disappointment. We're going to be hurting in the second round because Batista, or not second round, the second game, because Batista is going to be suspended for that game.
Yeah.
But the guys, I only got to see the second half of it because we lost power here. And the guys, I didn't see that same. Well, let's talk about that in FC Tulsa talk. We can talk about that. But Jägermeister Cup, I think it's a really, really interesting idea mid-season. I'm just afraid that it's going to shift the focus and from the regular season making playoffs, and we might have some down games because of that. And don't get me wrong, I love the idea of the Jägermeister Cup, but it's just one of those things where I'm living through it right now with Manchester United. We're playing off the charts in the Europa League, but yet when we get into the Premier League, it looks like two different teams. You know what I mean?
No, I do. I understand, especially after our performance against Las Vegas Lights, and then we go to One Knox and see what happened there.
Right. All right.
Well,
Well,
I wanted to ask you, from the first round, the first matches of the Jägermeister, which one was like impressive, or which one was disappointed for you?
I thought the Texoma drew with El Paso. El Paso's having a good season right now, and they took them to they drew 0-0, and then I think they lost in PKs to El Paso, but I like that game. Let's see, Hartford got some revenge on Portland Hearts of Pine.
I actually watched that one.
Yeah, I believe Portland beat Hartford in U.S. Open Cup, and Hartford was able to get some revenge on them. Miami FC defeated Tampa Bay in penalties. Naples, my two big surprises was Naples, even though Naples is doing really good in League One right now, but they beat Charleston Battery 1-0. And Charleston Battery got all the attacking power in the world. Douglas Martinez, Cal Jennings, MD Myers, Jackson Conway, and they just added Rubio Rubin. They got all this firepower, and Naples was able to hold them 0-0, or was able to beat them 1-0. And then the other big surprise was Ford Madison losing 4-0 to Indy.
Oh, I agree. My two surprises, I was going to say that Ford Madison, but for me, Union Omaha is really a good team, and they got beat by New Mexico 2-0. New Mexico is a good team. I'm not going to give them that. I'm not going to say they're bad, but I was actually expecting a bigger fight from Union Omaha. And then my other one, after, like I said a couple minutes ago, us beating Las Vegas 4-1, they go ahead and beat Orange County, the team that we're going to be playing next, 3-1. And I was like, I wanted to rewatch those matches and be like, well, what Las Vegas team played? Because I was super surprised from seeing that result.
Yeah.
Another one in the mix that it's not really a big surprise. We should be expecting this. Birmingham's not been doing that great, and they beat Chattanooga Red Wolves 3-1.
Big Birmingham news though coming up pretty soon after we talk about this.
Yes, but that's my two surprises.
Yeah. So yeah. Jägermeister Cup round 1. We'll get it. We'll get the next game. So I'm not too worried about it. It looks like Indy might be tough in this, but I think we can get it. So we just gotta keep plugging away. The team's playing great. Can't really. The only thing I think I can argue that I'm upset with FC Tulsa right now is our penalty kicks, but we'll talk about that later. It's
yeah. I think, and we'll talk about it later, but the selection wasn't the best. And either the kickers or also the placement of the ball. But we'll talk about that later.
There we go. So we mentioned a little bit big news in the Birmingham Legion world. They fired Tommy Sohn, the only head coach Birmingham has ever known to fired him, or they let him go. But they hired a new coach, former Sacramento Republic coach Mark Briggs. I think he's like third all time in league history in wins. So if you're going to replace a legend like Tom Sohn, it's really good to get someone like Mark Briggs. How do you feel about the Mark Briggs hiring in Birmingham?
No, I think it's a good hire. He's done great before. Um, I'm super surprised that he went there, but I think Birmingham's going to be a team to watch out for in the East after the second half of or mid half of the season. But they got great players. I think this is going to be a big jump for them, and I wouldn't be surprised to see some older past players of his come to Birmingham as well.
I think it's a great decision by Mark Briggs. I mean, if you're telling me I could walk into a team with Enzo Martinez as my attacking midfielder, Ronaldo Damas and Danny Trejo as my attacking forwards, Vanuel Kabita as my defender, Matt Van Okel as my goalkeeper, and splash in a dozen other high quality USL Championship talent, I would jump at that in a heartbeat. I think the Tom Sohn regime has grown stale there, and maybe he just was not able to utilize Damas and Danny Trejo together. So I think that's just it's a no brainer if you're Mark Briggs to take that job.
First, I don't know. It's gonna be a real difficult. I say for a couple matches, and then I think it's gonna be a great thing, and I will not be surprised if Birmingham jumps the leaderboard in there. And I don't think they're gonna be first place or anything like that, but Mark Briggs in the Eastern Conference, I think there's gonna be some team surprise of the end result compared to what we've been watching before.
Well, you wanted to talk about surprises. I'm going to jump into I think the biggest surprise of the first 2 months of the USL Championship season. Tampa Bay Rowdies, 1 win, 5 losses. Let's just say this: they've had more head coaches this year as they've had wins so far. What is wrong with Tampa Bay right now?
Oh, I think you know my answer, but I think you wanted
you can't blame this on Nate Worth. He has played like 75 minutes this year.
But he was the golden boy. That's all you were talking about all preseason long. That we would be missing him so much, and I'm right now like our placement in the. We don't.
Young fella.
Yeah.
All right, let's backtrack this. What do you think is the bigger disappointment right now? Tampa Bay with their 1 win, or Colorado Springs sitting in 11th place in the West with 1 win, 3 losses, and 3 draws. Defending champion Colorado Springs.
You're talking about the team Colorado Springs that always starts off bad and then somewhere before the mid-season comes back and gets a bunch of points and guess what? They're in 2nd or 3rd place. I would pump my brakes. I want to say Tampa being this bad with 1 win only, and I'm not just blaming Nate Worth. I just think Tampa's just needing a change, needing a new coaching change, needing some players inside.
Well, you want to say Tampa Bay is playing bad. What I noticed last year was the 2-headed monster at the head up top with Manuel Arteaga and Cal Jennings.
Yeah.
They let Cal Jennings walk, and they did not replace him. They brought in Rubens Pasillas, and he just has not been Cal Jennings. He's got a couple of goals, but he's not been Cal Jennings. And I think just the cohesion between Jennings and Arteaga that drove Tampa Bay, and now they just don't have it.
Yeah.
Well, so other USL Championship news. There's been a plethora of players moving to other teams. Cal Santos left Colorado Springs and signed with Orange County. I mentioned it earlier, but Rubio Rubin signed with Charleston Battery. Rubio, he was playing in the MLS for Real Salt Lake, and he moved over to Charleston. I just want to say this: if the USL is going to make a move towards Division One, these are the signings I think that the USL Championship needs to start making. You know, take it as you will, but you know, if you believe in the transfer market values or not, you know, the majority of the USL Championship players range in between the 100K to 250K mark. But then you got a guy like Ruben who's valued like 700K. These are the guys that we got to start making moves for if we want to improve the talent pool in the USL Championship. We'll talk about FC Tulsa's very own big splash later.
That's what I was about to say. I was like, that sounds oddly familiar.
But I think these are the type of value players that USL Champions got to start targeting if they want to start making that little bit of leap of better quality players. If you believe in the transfer market value ratings, you know. But how do you feel about players like Rubio Rubin signing?
No, I fully agree. I think it's been in the works. I can't wait to hear the new CBA on the the players, the low income players get a little bit of bump higher, and with the championship and now the Division One, we should get higher caliber players, higher price players. Um, I'm not sure what kind of players we're going to be getting in the championship, but in Division One, it can't be the 100,000 to 150,000 mark. But yet again, I hate to play devil's advocate, but it's just it needs to be a little bit more money into it. It needs to be more money into the teams and reasons for us to have a Division One. I've been having a conversation with a couple people, and there needs to be more higher revenue for the players, for the teams. But until then, I don't see it yet.
Well, yeah, we got. It's just if you're going to take that step up, you got to have the capabilities to make that step up. So, I think one couple things will be higher value players. Other is going to be owning own stadiums. So all that revenue is actually your revenue, not sharing it, paying fees, or not getting concession, whatever. It's got to be your revenue coming in. So that's just I think that's a big warning cry to all the teams that don't own their own stadiums, that we got to start building the infrastructure. But speaking of infrastructure, tomorrow is supposed to be a big day down in Dallas. I'm just going to say Atletico Dallas is going to finally unveil their branding.
Is that the name that they came out? Is that the rumors or?
So the big rumors are going to be Atletico Dallas. Someone found a trademark that the ownership group has filed for that name. But tomorrow is supposed to be the brand reveal for the USL Dallas team. So another 4.5-hour drive away from here. So, hey, yeah, come on, let's get it going.
Like I think I said this a couple episodes ago, but I am super excited about the next couple of years, especially 2027 when we have Oklahoma City back. But next year we'll have
maybe.
Maybe. We'll have Northwest Arkansas. We're going to be having Dallas. We'll have, a potential other teams. And can you imagine us having our own little cup competition with Texoma, Oklahoma City, Northwest Arkansas, teams that we can actually travel to and not just be like, no, we can't make it.
Yeah, so cool. I just hope the Northwest Arkansas team comes to fruition. They've changed stadium locations. They're supposed to be coming in 2026. Now it's prospective 2027, I believe. But I hope they get their state. They said they got a different plot of land because the existing one that they were looking at was not big enough. So maybe that's a good sign for their development. They got that coming. Union Omaha might be making the jump up too. So it's a little bit farther trip, but it's not far. It's not terribly far away. And yeah, maybe that Oklahoma City team. Who knows? The Oklahoma City Lightning.
You mean the Bison? The Bison.
The trash bag. I mean, yeah, Bison. Yeah.
Potatoes. I mean.
Yeah. So, anyways, that's coming along. Let's talk before we jump into FC Tulsa talk. Let's talk a little standings right now.
Go for it.
Right now, top, and I think a huge surprise right now in the Eastern Conference, Loudoun United sitting at 18 points, 6-1. That's as we're talking right now. Louisville City is about to jump them in the standings, because they're beating Lexington 1-0 right now. Louisville's in second place, so they're at 17 points. Detroit City, third place, 14 points. Charleston Battery, fourth place with 12 points. At the bottom of the table is Tampa and Hartford. And the two finalists for the USL Championship last year are sitting 10th and 11th, respectively, in their divisions. Rhode Island's only got 4 points. In the Western Conference, San Antonio's leading the way. 7 games played, 5 wins, 2 losses, 15 points. They're tied with New Mexico United, who is red hot right now. They've won their last 5 games, be at 15 points. Monterey Bay and at 14. FC Tulsa, fourth place at 12 points. Vamos Tulsa.
Yeah.
So out of those 8 teams, the top 4 in each division that I mentioned, is Loudoun the biggest surprise, or is it Monterey Bay?
It depends. What kind of surprise are you talking about, on the field or off the field for Loudoun United? But
well, I think watching your own kids, it shows the hustle and the determination that you want.
That's definitely a lower league mentality right there. But yeah, for me, Loudoun United's biggest surprise, them being in first place. I know every year, like second half of the season, they start kicking it on and starting to be contenders. But this year, they've been beating some good teams as well, and scoring goals from different players as well. So it's been a surprise for me as well.
Highest goal differential in the league right now at +7.
Yeah,
tied with Louisville. Louisville's about to be +8, but yeah. So
yeah.
Hey, FC Tulsa's +4 right now. I will take that all day long.
6 games, and I know we're not talking about FC Tulsa yet, but 6 games, and we've won 4 already. How's that feel?
Yeah, it feels good. Technically, we've only lost 2 games this year.
Yeah.
I mean, the Open Cup game and the Jägermeister Cup game, they technically go down as draws. So, go figure. I mean, but I take them as L's, but they go as they're technically draws. So, but definitely take it. But so that is USL news and notes for the last week or so. You got anything USL you want to talk about?
No. I think that's it.
All right. So you just want to roll in to what we all want to talk about, FC Tulsa.
Yes, but for real quick, good buddy Shadow Wolf. Hey, Shadow Wolf. I know you're enjoying my balding head a little bit, but he just notified us and told us Loudoun not Loudoun. Louisville City is winning 2-0, and Goodrum scored a goal.
Yep, it just happened on my TV. I just watched it.
He has a fat.
And he's got the mustache back. Oh man, someone tell him no.
Oh God.
I know, right? So, all right, let's get back to what we want to talk about. FC Tulsa. Let's go back. So last time we talked, we was about to go into the U.S. Open Cup match. We played that match at the University of Tulsa, and it was a 1-1 draw. We had a chance there at the very end to win it with a Taylor Calhera PK, and Patrick Costi, the goalkeeper for Phoenix Rising, saved it. I'm not not try to sound petty or nothing, but we all saw it because it was at our end. But the Phoenix Rising strength and conditioning coach was over there on the touch line, yelling instructions to the goalkeeper. I don't know how the sideline judge did not catch that or tell him to get back, but as far as I know, I think all the rulebooks say everybody has to get the hell away from sideline or the touch line. Is that how you understand that rule?
That's how I interpret it. I mean, but it doesn't really matter if you would have yelled at it from there or from the opposite side, man. It's just that should have been a goal. That should have. Some people also are saying that he stepped out of the line, but
in the end, we didn't win. So
yeah, basically,
move on.
But before we move on, the team hustled, man.
They
did. They hustled a lot. They try to give the fans a win. They didn't give their heart out there. They did. You should see all of them left disappointed because they knew they should have won that match.
Yep.
It's disappointed for multiple reasons. One, they feel like they disappointed their fans. That's a good reason. Two, knowing that now Phoenix is going to play Houston at home and having Houston come there kind of hurts. Imagine Houston coming to Tulsa and playing at TU. I think that place would be the most packed it's ever would have been.
I bet we would have played at One Oak. There's certain amenity requirements. Yeah, amenity requirement guidelines that I don't think Tulsa Hurricane Track and Field Stadium meets. So I think that one would have been played at One Oak. And we did apply to host that game if we would have won. So we were one of the host. We would have been one of the host teams. So yeah.
So that's another reason that the players kind of left disappointed. But yeah, everything they did, man, come back, score. Could have had a chance, could have, would have, should have, but they didn't. But we can't hang our hats on that.
So we went to PKs. We biffed the first two PKs. I thought it was pretty ridiculous we couldn't be behind the goal. That to me, that's home field advantage. If you go to PKs, your supporters should get to be behind the goal.
Yeah,
it's sorry, but we were informed we couldn't be behind the goal for the PKs. But that to me, that's all part of home hosting and having home field advantage. So we're out of the U.S. Open Cup. I don't know if it's the very next day, but soon after that, we get an announcement of a long rumored player being signed to FC Tulsa. The man's name is Jamie Weber. He is Cape Town, South Africa. Last played in the South African First Division. He's 27-year-old. He is an attacking midfielder winger, very attacking player. But the most notable thing about Jamie Weber is he's the third highest ever transfer market rated player to enter the USL Championship. He is valued at £1 million, I believe, pounds. And currently the most valuable player in the transfer market league. In the league by transfer market. And if everything the transfer market says is correct, we pay close to $500,000 for him. How do you feel about FC Tulsa paying that much for a player?
About time? No, that just shows all the fans, the league, that we're not afraid to spend the money. We've been asking, and I know Todd and so many other fans have been asking for us to get a striker, a person that can actually score the goal. Um, I'm not sure about you, but for me, I've seen two players that bring positive energy up front. I know one of them's been injured, the other one's kind of getting accustomed to this athletic way of playing in the USL in the United States. But once the chemistry gets down, and it's going to be worth every single penny that we paid for those guys. And I'm excited to see what's going to be happening and what the coach has been working with the players and Jamie Weber and Tori Alhassan. It's gonna be fantastic.
Well, I'm still don't have the player I want on the team. I still want a attacking midfielder, someone that's going to be playing right behind Calhira. I like Weber on the right. If Weber and Lukic is playing great on the right, but if Weber can fill that role, and all the best for the team. I still think we're missing that attacking midfielder, that guy that's going to set everything up. I think Coley's doing great. I like Coley. I think he's playing pretty damn good soccer right now. But I don't know how you feel, but I just feel like there's a different vibe around the team than last year. And it's nothing to do with Coach Sanchez or any of the other players. I just feel like we might be on the verge of something good here in Tulsa.
I think you know the word, and I think all of us fans know what's going to be happening. It's playoff bound. I mean,
No.
okay,
Uh,
I'll delete that. I did not say it, and I did not curse it. But the positivity in this team, the number one thing that I've noticed is like pride. Not pride is the right word, but more um, confidence in the team of them playing a lot better ball. Yeah, I know we lost 2 matches, but it was before we actually have an actual chemistry between the team. And I keep going to that because I still think a lot of players are still learning where they fit in. Um, and seeing Taylor score a couple goals, giving him more confidence in striking the ball, seeing Dom score golazos, um, seeing Lukic play. Nobody probably ever would have guessed the way he plays except himself, and he's been a positive add to this team. Our defense is playing great. Um, it's just that confidence that's showing, and it's showing a winning attitude to the team and the city and the league, to be honest. I'm just excited to see some more.
yeah. Well, speaking of more, let's move into the next bit of FC Tulsa action. But back to another game. We took on Las Vegas Lights and USL After Dark in Las Vegas. So last year we defeated Las Vegas 3-1 in Las Vegas.
Yeah.
First game of the season last year. Thought that was going to be the table setter for us. It just didn't quite happen. Well, we visited Las Vegas again this year, and we did it one better. We beat them 4-1. Stefan Lukic had a laser from outside the box to open scoring. Taylor Calhera then scored a penalty and a goal. So a brace for Calhera, and then Alex Delu had another goal in the 42nd minute. Wound up taking 14 shots, 7 on goal. Had 6 big chances created. Las Vegas did control the possession, but we were up 4-0. We gave up a penalty in the second half. That's the only goal they got. The game never felt like it was in doubt. It felt like FC Tulsa had that game wrapped up by halftime. How did you feel about that Las Vegas Lights game?
Man, that first half was domination. We were playing a little bit of high line for me that I've been asking and loving every time we play with a little bit of a high pressure system and kind of block down the middle. We have, just multiple ways to score. And we did that in the first half. I wish we would have kept the tempo, but I know that players would have been probably super tired and probably would have been gassed in the second half, but that high tempo defense, once they have the ball, Diallo, he was playing amazing, playing that center mid role, kind of like a CDM role a little bit. He was playing lights out. No pun intended on that. Boom, boom, boom. But no, he was playing amazing. The couple of balls that he passed, defense wise, also Batista and AB, they were playing amazing defense, and they couldn't find a way to get through them. They were really baffled on how to prevent them from stealing the ball, and that Lukic goal was, and I'm glad it was goal of the week because it deserves it. His dance move, that's a different story for another day, but it was a great match. I loved it. Everybody that was at TAC, Tulsa Athletic Club, we were loving it. We were watching it there, and it was a good time.
Well, I'm just going. You mentioned two names, Batista and Arthur Rogers. I think they are right now. If they continue the way they're playing, they could be locks for USL Team of the Year. They've been playing lights out. I think it showed a lot in the Oakland game when Arthur Rogers was hurt. He has been such a engine for us on that right side of the defensive line, and just moving him and Harvey St. Clair are able to interchange where if Arthur wants to push forward, Harvey can drop back. If Harvey's pushing forward, Arthur will hold his line. So if Arthur keeps up the play, I think could very well be USL Team of the Year right now. And I know I'm saying this way too early, but Lamar Batista has been a wizard too as well. So
yeah,
have been outstanding for us. And so we beat Las Vegas 4-1, and we get two players placed on the Team of the Week, Arthur Rogers and Taylor Calahira, and also Coach of the Week, Luke Spencer gets named. So congratulations to Coach, Taylor, and Arthur. And well, the FC Tulsa news doesn't stop. The FC Tulsa news keeps rolling. So I haven't heard the news yet on Patrick Seagrass' injury, but me and you had talked about it, that if it's bad, that we would have to probably look at replacing him. I threw out a name to you. He's a free agent right now, but it was A.O. Flanagan. I thought he would be able to play that left side that Patrick usually played. He could also push up to a wingback role or left winger. But the team went with Lucas Stauffer, who was signed to Lexington SC. Lexington and Lucas terminated his contract, mutually parted ways. FC Tulsa picked him up that same day. So I think that was just he wasn't seeing time in Lexington because Lexington signed like 300 players, led the Chelsea of the USL Championship. And we benefited. Lucas is a very, very quality player. He has about 80 career appearances in the USL Championship between El Paso and Las Vegas. And we got to see a little bit of it against One Knoxville. But the pickup of Lucas Stauffer, do you think it was because maybe the injury to Patrick is worse than we hoped?
Yeah, and I think we needed another player as a backup as well. But with the Patrick's injury, I think we needed somebody on there. And like I said, that's a position that we really needed to kind of fill. Yeah, we have Pierce, but we need to have somebody to play that position a little bit more. But what about you? What do you think?
Yeah, I think it's a fine pickup. Quality experience at USL Championship player. I have no qualms signing Lucas. I think he'll work out just fine here. He seemed to, in the Knoxville game, seemed to have a lot of energy. He was good on the ball. So I'm not going to argue with it. I could have thought of a couple other players maybe to look at. Maybe bring. Heck, I thought about if he's healthy, maybe bring back Angel Bernal. Yeah, but that might be the Patrick. They expected Patrick back in a couple months, but I think we haven't heard yet. I haven't heard. Maybe other people have the extent of his injury, but I think with signing someone like Lucas, it might be worse than we think.
Yeah.
So we move on from the the Lucas Stauffer signing, and we move to the U.S. Open or the Jägermeister Cup game against One Knoxville. Record-setting game in One Knoxville as Knoxville packed Covenant Health Park to a USL League One record attendance at a USL League One game, even though it wasn't a USL League One game. We jumped on the board early. Taylor Harris scored a nice little goal there at the beginning of the game. And then it kind of fell apart a little bit for us as Knoxville got one back right before the half. Then I don't know if it was a penalty. Maybe I'm just being a homer for FC Tulsa, but it looked like Tequila went down a little easy in the box. And he scored a penalty goal. And then the wheels kind of fell off as Lamar Batista got a red card, denying a goal scoring opportunity late in the game in the 90th minute. But then new signing Alphonso Torre in a beautiful moment of play right at the death tied it up 2-2, scoring in the 95th minute.
Yeah, you gotta give a little bit more details to that. That was a beautiful pass from AB. That header, it was just passed perfectly to Torre, and he slaughtered it in. I mean, I think we need to do that a little bit more in games because if AB can pass it with his head like that, man, I think we'd be winning more games.
Well, the problem is that we don't need AB playing that high up that often. I want AB back in the back line. So,
but give it some height though. But yeah,
we'll give him definitely his flowers. There's a great pass by AB, and Torre slotted it home. So 2-2 draw going into PKs. There's no stoppage time or no extra time, unlike the U.S. Open Cup. So after 90 plus stoppage, we go to PKs, and the PK drama happens again. We fly the first one, the first one gets saved, and then Diallo faked out the goalkeeper and then drug it right. So once again, we're in the hole 0-2 in PKs, and I will give One Knoxville all the credit in the world. Their PKs kicks were spot on that game. Every one of them was well struck, well placed, and I don't know if Johan had a chance to save any of them.
No,
so
none of them.
But the great thing about the Jägermeister Cup is if you draw, you're guaranteed 1 point. So we went from no points and Knoxville being on top of the table with 3 points to dragging them back down to 2 points and us getting a point. So we're only 1 point back at Knoxville now. So, I mean, that goal by Torre, even though we lost in PK, we got something to show for that game.
Yeah. There is something I've been meaning to ask you after this match. Mm-hmm. On these cup competitions and stuff like that, should we change up the lineups?
Right now, no. I think we'd go for it. What I did notice is Coach Spencer did sub a lot more in this game. Taylor, he got a little knock and he got him out of there just like that. So as soon as he saw that he had a knock, got him out of there. Hopefully it wasn't nothing major. But we had no midweek game this week. We didn't have a midweek game last week. Or did we have a midweek game?
No.
So why not play them? Play them. I mean, let's make sure we got rotation, or make sure we got subs, and don't beat the guys on the ground. But let's play. As long as we're in this and we got a chance to move on to the next round, let's go get it. That's my belief.
No, I agree. A lot of people have been posting about, a couple weeks ago, Johan wasn't starting, and they had the other goalkeeper playing, and it was like we should have Johan playing, and I just don't want to wear out or also get injured some of our starting players for these cup competition. I want to win it just like the next person, but I don't want to hurt or injure our players to these cup competitions when we really need to focus on the league. Um, but
Here's
I
the
just
thing.
think go ahead.
We got two good goalkeepers. Dowd's a good goalkeeper, and Johan's a good goalkeeper. If this was the fourth game of the Jägermeister Cup and we were down 6 points, play Dowd. But Johan, this was his second game back from injury. He missed 2 games. Probably needed to get some work in. It's fine. Play him. This was the first game of the Jägermeister Cup. Knoxville's number 1 in League One. It's not like we lost to Texoma.
Yeah.
This is the best team in League One right now. Yeah. Best team. And it took them PKs. We went to PKs. While there is a talent gap between League One and USL Championship. It's not like it was 3 years ago. That talent gap has closed up. You got a guy like Juan Carlos Obregon, who should be playing in the championship, playing for Westchester. Rashad Tete playing for Westchester. You got really good players playing in League One right now. Look at Omaha's team. Very good team. Spokane's team. Great teams. Knoxville. Sean Lewis is our number 2 all-time in FC Tulsa history for clean sheets, starting for one Knoxville.
Yeah.
They got a good team, and you can't overlook these games. So as long as we're in this battle for the cup, we got to play our players. You have to manage their minutes. Like I said, when Taylor went down with a knock, they got him out of there. And who did they put in? Torre. And who scored the goal for us? It was Torre.
Torre, yeah.
So the moves were made by Coach Spencer. Through 10 games where we've won, or 9 games, we won 5 of those games, drawn 2 and lost 2.
Yeah.
I don't think you can question Coach Spencer's moves right now.
No, it was just a question that I wanted to ask you.
No, you're good, buddy. I'm just one of those guys that, as long as we're in it right now, we got to go for it.
Oh yeah.
And I don't think we can't ask for any more than that. I mean, It is what it is. I did notice that Stojanovic wasn't in the 18. Maybe that was a rest deal. I don't know. But going back to Coach Spencer, right now in his career, I'm looking at FootMob right now, and Michael Encian was in 2020, he averaged 1.7 points a game. Spencer's averaging 2 points a game right now.
Wow.
So, I mean, it looks, and I know it's early. It's real early, but he's getting the best out of our team right now. And, Jamie Weber's coming in. Torre's coming in. We're going to get there. I think people's going to have to realize that this ain't the 2018 FC Tulsa, 2016 FC Tulsa team.
2016, yeah.
So, all right, I want to move on from that. We got a game this weekend. USL After Dark. One of my favorite things there is, where we get to stay up way late and watch USL Championship. We take on Orange County FC or SC. I think it's SC.
SC.
And that's a weird thing. There's an Orange County FC that's like an NPSL team. Then you go Orange County SC. That's the USL Championship team. It's weird.
Well, ain't Orange County FC now playing in the Leagues for Cup?
I do not believe so. No.
Oh,
But we got that game coming up this Saturday night at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. So Orange County, they're struggling a little bit right now, but they're another one of those teams that they can catch fire, get hot again. They've got some great players right now. They are, seventh in the league right now in the Western Conference. 2 wins, 3 losses, 1 draw, 7 points. They've got a good lineup. Ethan Zubak is one of my favorite players in the USL Championship. The guy can score goals in bunches. They got a great goalkeeper in Colin Shuttler. They just signed Cal Santos from Colorado Springs. What I think they're missing this year is a solid back line. They lost Marcus Nakem. He's no longer with the team. Brent Richards retired. And I just feel like their back line's a little bit weaker than last year, but they still have great attacking players like Cameron Dunbar, Ethan Zubak, a guy that we thought might be coming to Tulsa, Tristan Traeger,
yeah.
League One Player of the Year, Liam McKinnon, and former Phoenix coach Danny Stone is coaching them. So can't overlook Orange County, especially in Irvine, California, at Championship Soccer Stadium. Can't overlook them. And I hope that we don't look at them losing to Las Vegas 3-1 and think we're going to run over them. Your thoughts on the Orange County game?
I hope we can get that playbook from Las Vegas and do a number like they did to them. But it's just Orange County is one of those sneaky teams, just like Colorado Springs was. 2 championship winning teams.
Yep.
But we always play them tough. Playing them at their stadium is never easy for us. But I'm hoping that, this past loss and that the team has a little bit more practice and more chemistry working, and that we can come back with a W against Orange County. But what player on their team do you think we're going to have difficulty on?
So I got a question for you for this Orange County game. Do you want to see Weber start, or do you want to see him ride Lukic?
To be honest, I want Lukic. Lukic is right now the hot hand at the moment. I want to see what Weber does. I know a lot of his fans want to see him start a game or two, and I think it's maybe just a little still too early. Maybe the next game, give him some more time, more minutes. But Lukic is playing really good. I haven't had or seen him have a bad ball or a bad pass. I mean, he's been in the right place, right time, and I kind of want to give Lukic a little bit more time and see if he can score a couple more goals, golazos, and goals of the week.
Nice.
And also, I kind of want to be right on my predictions of Taylor and Dalou being 10+ goals too, but that's just a different story for a different day.
So that you just brought up goal scoring, and I want to throw this out to you. Taylor Calhera, do you know how many goals he has for us so far in his FC Tulsa career?
I want to say he has 5.
He's got 6.
Ooh, 6. Okay, yeah.
I believe he's got 6 total. He had 2. Did he have 2 in Open Cup? Let me see.
Now you're gonna make me check.
Yes, he had 1 against Forest Madison, and he had 1 against Athletic. He's had 3 in the run of play for USL Championship season and 1 in the Jägermeister Cup. So I think 10 games, 6 goals already for Taylor Calhera. That's pretty good return for him. I think we were both pretty high on Taylor at the beginning of the season. How do you feel about how he has played this year?
He's been playing lights out, and the thing is, I've seen this in preseason, and he's still young. He's still learning, and I think he's going to reach some high levels. When I said in the preseason that he'll score 10 goals, I know he'll score 10 goals for our team.
He's
Um,
got 4 more to go. 4 more to
yeah,
go.
and it's only the sixth game of the season. This is going to be the seventh game of the season if he plays,
Mhm.
and I'm hoping to God he is, because he knows how to score. He has the eye for it, and he's always there in the right spots as well.
Yep.
Um, but one
And
on one with
he fight
goalie, he can
he
score.
fights for the ball too. So I
Yes.
mean, he fights for the ball every time a duel in the air and the ground. He's fighting for that ball. So
Yeah,
I don't think we can, you know, I don't think we can complain about our upfront scoring.
that's true.
All right. Well, do you have any more FC Tulsa talk?
No FC Tulsa talk for me.
All right. So let's move on to a little bit of local news, and then we can either banter some more or go to hot takes.
Do you mind if I start off on the local news real quick?
You go ahead.
Awesome. And I did want to give an apologies to one of the owners, Kyle of Tulsa FC, Channel Cats, Flick City. He was supposed to be on last week, but things didn't work out. And um, I had to work double shifts, and David had to coach. So I really couldn't have you on, and I'm sorry for that. But I did want to say he was there at the Las Vegas match. I think he needs to be there in every single away match or home match because he's our good luck charm. But we will have him on the podcast here soon. We'll talk shortly about that. Um, but I'm excited to announce that they actually have some big news coming out too. As everybody knows, they play at the MASL W, and they actually announced that they're going to be joining the WPSL League Two team division. So they're going to be playing an outdoor, hopefully at Titan or Ascension, St. Joseph, whatever it's called. And they're going to be playing their outdoor season with the WPSL, and that's going to be great by itself. Not just having an indoor team, a females indoor team, but also an outdoor females women's team. So they're having open tryouts. I know they had one yesterday, but it got rained out. We're going to be posting it on our Facebook, Twitter, and any social media outlet of the next open tryouts. If you're a female, please go try it out. We're going to try to make it out to a couple games and support them as well. Any FC Tulsa, any Tulsa team, we're going to try and support a little bit more and give you some more media coverage about that as well. But yeah, that's all I have for them right now.
Nice. So always good to have. I think we've talked about it for a while that we need some more women's professional or semi-professional soccer here in Tulsa. It's always a good thing, and yeah, if it's kind of one of those field of dreams thing, you know, you've filled a team, we will come. So hope glad they're putting a product out there, and hopefully City of Tulsa will support it. Well, the League of Clubs Central Division is about to start up. And if we're talking about the League for Clubs, we're talking about the Tulsa Athletic. Their first game of the year is May 10th at 7:30 p.m. here in Tulsa. So they take on a team that we hope they destroy because, we don't like any teams from the western part of the state. As Tulsa Athletic hosts the OKC 1889 FC, the only men's soccer team in Oklahoma City right now. So go Athletic. They have started announcing their staff and players for the 2025 season. The first announcement was head coach John Woodhead is going to be stepping into the head coaching ranks for the Tulsa Athletic. He's been an assistant or been on the technical staff for the Tulsa Athletic for the last 3 years, and this will be his first year as a head coach for the Tulsa Athletic. They also signed one of their longtime players, KB Harris, today. They announced him. KB Harris is coming back to play for the Tulsa Athletic. I don't know if you noticed when we played them in the Open Cup, but they had a couple former FC Tulsa players on that squad. Tulsa Roughneck players. Kieran Winters was on that team, and wasn't it Manny Gonzalez was on the team too?
Supposedly.
Yeah, he was on the field. Yeah, he was on their team. So some good Tulsa connections there. Tulsa FC Tulsa Roughneck connections there. So good luck to the Tulsa Athletic on their upcoming season. Maybe if we do a podcast next week, we might have some more news on them. Maybe a special guest. I don't know. That's up to the boss man sitting to my right here with that beautiful smile.
Well, yeah, hopefully we'll see what we can do. But yeah, it's the season got to start. I think when is it? I forgot what day was it. That's May 10th. Is that correct?
Yep. Next Saturday. Yep. So you can go watch that game, then head out to wherever the watch party for the FC Tulsa game is, because FC Tulsa will be USL after dark.
Yeah. I think May 10th we actually have a game too.
Yeah,
it's a home match.
We do have home games. Yeah, it's Mayfest night. Oh,
yep.
Gum. I wish they wouldn't do that. I mean, I'm not trying to say it's anybody's fault, but it's one of those things I wish we could work out. Everybody, the teams work together and be like, all right, you guys want to play Friday night? We'll, or start your game at 5, or it's yeah. I mean, we're dividing. I get it that not every Tulsa Athletic fan likes FC Tulsa. There's bad blood there, just like there's not every FC Tulsa fan is a Tulsa Athletic fan. But it's just we're dividing that attention in the soccer landscape in Green Country, where if we work together, maybe it can be. And maybe it's one of those things, if we can never get a stadium built where, you guys want to play here, we can make it a double header, or something for the fans.
And to be honest, Tulsa Athletics, they're an amateur team. FC Tulsa semi-professional. Like I said, and FC Tulsa professional team. It's Division II team. This town's big enough for it to be watched both times. I had my issues with the team, but it was more with certain people. I'm 42 now. I need to get over that. I am little by little, but we should all get along. This is Tulsa.
Yeah, I agree. It's what we have both have said is more Tulsa, more soccer in the area is better for. It's better for everybody.
Yeah, 16 years ago when I moved here, there was no soccer. I would have to go to a bar to watch some soccer or watch college soccer. And a city person like myself at the time wasn't going to watch no college soccer. But now soccer, I'm practically there.
There you go. So, all right. I'm not sure of any other local news. I haven't heard anything else about Greenwood SC, how they're coming along. Have you heard anything else about?
All I've been hearing lately is just a lot of academy teams here in Tulsa, Oklahoma, doing open tryouts, allowing players to come and try out. They haven't set any locations for their prime, and I'm talking about Greenwood. I know I think they did a partnership with Broken Arrow Soccer Club.
Yep.
But other than that, there hasn't been any big news. a little thing on that with all the academies all announcing the women's team and academy teams. I don't know if FC Tulsa or the Athletics or somebody or Oklahoma Sports need to have a cup competition in this state to showcase the best players of Oklahoma, best teams of Oklahoma. I would love to see just like a big showcase of these teams and, for us to be out there, whatever linkage of Oklahoma City would be out there of supporters wise and come and support these kids and to show them that what they're going to be in for if they ever play professional, but just to support them and see who's actually the best instead of playing in these multiple leagues and MLS Academy or ECL, UCLB, whatever acronym you want to use. I would love to see a cup competition in Oklahoma to showcase who's the best.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Have like a little Sooner Cup or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying to pull up Tulsa SC, the youth club, because they announced some coaching. Some coaching.
I know that Feener. You remember Feener, our old Tulsa Roughnecks goalie? He's a coach.
Yeah.
A couple other people.
I know Lebo was named as a coach. I'm trying to find the news on that. And I saw I can't find it. So I know Lebo Maloto was named as one of the coaches. Can't find it. So I guess we can move on from that. But yeah, I know Lebo, and I want to say another academy player we had like 3 or 4 years ago was named one of the CAD coaches. So
well, anyways, yeah, it's just a lot of soccer is going on here in Tulsa, and I'm loving it. I just wish there was more competition tournaments around here so we can go and watch them and see who's the best instead of just being differently and going different locations to play other teams. But I know Blitz is doing really good. They've been winning a lot of tournaments here and there. Also, West Side's also been playing. But yeah.
Right.
Do you have any other local news, anything like that?
No, I'm ready to go to hot takes.
Cool. Well, go for it. I'll let you start.
All right. So I guess the hot thing on the interweb has been 100 men versus a gorilla. Who do you think would win? 100 men? And now my caveat to this is 2 of those 100 men have to be Josh and Todd. So who's going to win, the gorilla or 98 men and Josh and Todd?
I give the gorilla the whole entire battle. He'll decimate Josh and Todd with one swing. But
Josh has got that Planet Fitness strength now.
Oh yeah, picking up all those mop buckets. Yeah, I forgot about that. And then Todd. Oh yeah, he has that 21-year-old mind frame and 80-year-old body. But yeah, that's a different story for a different day.
100 men's going to beat that gorilla.
Yeah. Go for your next hot take because this can go down a bad. I don't want to put a rated R on this episode today.
Okay, so the next hot take will be kind of controversial, and I'm putting you on the spot.
Okay.
Who's going to finish in the 4th position in the Premier League? Chelsea or Man City?
Chelsea. Yeah, I have a feeling Chelsea's going to take it. We need that 4th place. We need the championship. We need to be on that. I'm tired of seeing this Europa. One way or the other, we are going to get out of Europa.
You're not even in Europa. You're in the
not Europa.
like
The European
playoff.
media.
Yeah. So that's my United's only hope for Champions League is Europa right now. Hey, we
Yeah.
won 3-0 today, so we're that close, that much closer to the final. So,
Yeah.
all right. Hot take number 3. Hot take number 3. Will we score 2 goals versus Orange County?
Yes. Now, it depends on who we have.
Oh my God!
What's going on?
Yes, but I want that hard yes. I was like, yeah, Mario's going to say yes, and he says, but
if Taylor's out, no, I know we will score 2 goals. I just want a healthy offense, healthy Taylor on there. If somebody right now in the front office, coach, anybody could tell me Taylor's going to be there, I can put money on that we'll score more than 2 goals. I'll say 3 goals. Without Taylor, I would say 2 is the max. I know we have a lot of firepower. I know we have a lot of players that can score. Delu, Lukic, Stefan, Sony, Don can score. But it just kind of depends. But I see us scoring 2 goals this game. How about you?
Yeah, because we play better on the road. Something we got to fix. We got to bring that winning ways back home. So
yeah.
All right, your turn.
All right, my turn. Real quick question. And this is a hot take question right now. Do you see Loudoun United still playing in the USL Championship next season?
Yes. I think they got some investors coming in. They just merged with a very prominent Virginia youth club.
Or is it Virginia Revolution?
Yeah, they just merged, basically absorbed them, merged with them. They just hired some was it Birnbaum? Long-time MLS player is one to their staff. Yeah, I read a little bit of that report that came out that said that they were some of the amenities and just the stuff that your players shouldn't be doing, like washing their uniforms and stuff. I think we both read that I think a lot of it comes from they basically were. I don't want to say this and make it sound bad, that they were basically DC United's dumping ground.
Yeah,
that's the reason they're in Leesburg, Virginia. I mean, that's got to be like one of the smallest markets in the championship. And Segra Field is. I think they will be. I think they're trying to make steps in the right direction. So, yeah, they will be. If the USL Championship wants to make that jump to form a D1 division, I'm not saying Loudoun will be in the D1. I'm not saying FC Tulsa will be in the D1. We got our own improvements we got to make. But if they really want to make this noise by 2027, where we have pro rail, we can't have any more teams falling out. You got it. That stability's got to be there. The stability's got to be there. The infrastructure's got to be developed, and this just got to be a stable league, and no more teams. It's one of the things I was really frustrated with Memphis. Did we benefit by Memphis 901 falling out?
No.
Yeah, because we got Caleb Patterson Sewell as our, he's on our staff now. Great guy. great soccer mind, just great dude.
Yep.
But we can't have any more teams like that falling out. Just like RGV, and I wish Reno 1868 wouldn't have fell out. I mean, I think they were a COVID victim, but we can't have teams falling out. Maybe they drop down to League One, but you just can't have any more teams falling out. Your thoughts?
No, I to be honest, after hearing everything and hearing all the all the news from new ownership and their new partnerships, I think it's going in the right direction. It's just it's never any positive news when team does this, and it's right after we just announced promotion relegation, Division One, and we having a club that's kind of making our, and they always say, your best players, you got to have the best format and no errors, and we're showing errors. We're showing errors with Loudoun United, an old MLS 2 team that they kicked to the curb, and now they're trying to run a project with Baltimore. It should be a USL team, but they're trying a new project with them. But yeah, it's disappointing, but hopefully they can right the wrongs and get the ship working again.
Yeah. Sometimes it just takes new ownership coming. Look at Las Vegas Lights. They were in purgatory. They, basically being run by LAFC, and they got new ownerships coming in, and it breathed new life into the program. I mean, FC Tulsa is a great example.
I was just going to bring that up.
I mean, I don't know how you felt, but there were some dark days in Tulsa. I honestly felt like we wouldn't have a team, and I thought, I don't know how you felt, but like maybe 18 or 19, I thought we were done. I thought attendance was down, the product on the field was down. Didn't seem like the front office was involved. It didn't seem like anything was going right. And then we found, the Hubbards owned the team. Bob Funk owned part of the team, and we've seen how well Bob Funk has run teams into the ground. So, if anybody doesn't know Oklahoma sports in general, Bob Funk runs teams into the ground. I mean, he owned the hockey team in Oklahoma City, ran them into the ground.
Yeah.
Oklahoma City Energy got ran into the ground. Tulsa Roughnecks got ran into the ground. But the Crafts came in, rescued the team. Have we got the? I know we all want a stadium, but sometimes there's just other hurdles that you got to jump to get the stadium built. That they're trying to navigate. They are.
Yeah.
And it's they're making investments on the. If we weren't seeing back in 18-19, were we paying $500,000 for a player?
No.
Hell no, we weren't. We were bringing in Alejandro Covarrubias, or players like that hadn't been on the field in a year and a half, and it just wasn't working. And the new ownership came in. So sometimes it's just new ownership's got to come in and breathe new life to the program. So
yeah, you're right. Well, are you done talking about that news? You ready for
yeah, go ahead.
Hot take? Next hot take. We just got some announcement that Fort Lauderdale is going to be in the USL. A little bit yay for me, because I used to live over there for a little bit. Who's going to have a better upcoming season? Not season, but more franchise. Is it going to be Dallas or Fort Lauderdale?
So Dallas,
I'll even put Northwest Arkansas on there too.
I think that it's different. So Fort Lauderdale's penciled in for League One. Dallas, I think Dallas is aiming for the USL Premier
Yeah.
or League One, whatever the heck they're calling the first division. And I think Ozark United probably is. Well, they got dreams of the Premier. I think they're championship bound. So I think they're all playing on different levels. I think this Dallas team I'm really interested in to see if everything comes to fruition. But it's just great that more teams are, they're actually setting in stone. Like Fort Wayne, Indiana. They're locked now to come into League One. There's multiple teams in California or multiple locations in California that they're talking about coming in. So Pico Rivera, Modesto, they're looking at fielding teams. Boise, Idaho. There's still a team possibly in Oregon coming in. So it's just there's lots of talk, lots of excitement. But I will say this. I'm not going to be excited about a team coming into the league. And I'm looking at you, Brooklyn FC or Sporting Jacksonville, until you make that first player signing and head coach signing and have a stadium locked down and your logo moves from that expansion side on the USL Championship website up to current teams.
Yeah. That's good. That's a good one. All right, my last question, my last hot take. We got 5 matches in May. And we already talked about the Orange County on the 3rd. On the 10th, we also talked about playing El Paso. After that, we're going to be playing away against Lexington SC on May 18th. Unfortunately, we're playing San Antonio on a Wednesday away. Yeah, May 28th. And then 3 days later, we play Birmingham Legion FC May 31st. That's going to be a home match. From those 5 matches, over or under, we win more than 3 matches in that month, in the month of May.
Why do you got to do this to me? Why do you got to do this? Why do you got to?
I'm not trying to jinx you. I'm asking your opinion.
So, under. I think we're going to win 2, draw 2, and lose 1.
Where's your confidence at, sir?
I think that's pretty good. We're bringing points out of 4 games, 4 to 5 games. So,
I'm going to say we're going to win 4 and draw 1.
Okay.
That's my draw. You'll be surprised when I tell you my draw, though.
Who is it?
My draw, unfortunately, I want to say it's Orange County.
Oh.
Yeah.
I think we're going to come back. I think we're going to be mad during that game. I think we're going to be mad. So.
How dare you? I'm not even going to ask you your predictions then.
Yeah, I think we're going to be mad. I think we're going to win that game. So. I think we got to look out for that Birmingham game because it's in the Jägermeister Cup, and we'll be without Lamar Batista in that game.
Yeah.
All right. Well, buddy.
Well, cool. Well, is there anything else you need to say? Anything?
No,
any other news, notes?
I'm getting kind of tired. So.
Oh, wow. It's almost 10 o'clock. I didn't even notice. Well, I want to tell you, thank you for being on. Thank you for everybody that kind of watched, stayed on. All we've been on now for an hour and a half. Wow. Thank you all for listening. Thank you for paying attention. Shadow Wolf, thank you for your comments and all that. Really appreciate it. You can all do me a favor, share this, like it. Give us a like, follow, subscribe. We're going to post this on all other social media, on all podcasts that's available. Really appreciate it all. Do me a favor, Saturday night. It's gonna be a late night, like David said. It's gonna be FC Tulsa after dark. We're all gonna be probably at the Tulsa Athletic Club. The club's actually FC Tulsa, and it's having an event there. So come out. It's gonna start. The match starts at 9, but they're gonna be having specials at 8 o'clock at the TAC. Come out there. I'll be there. A couple other 918 Brigade members. And, of course, 83 United is going to be there. Come out and support. Team needs your support. Come out. I'm going to bring my soccer ball, so we'll have some soccer tennis. So we can play a little bit before the game starts and maybe at halftime. If you could beat me, next shot's on me. But yeah, come out, say hi. If you have any questions, any people that you want on the podcast, please let me know. We're going to try to work on some special guests. I'm going to try to work on having 2 episodes next week with a couple of special guests on each one of them. But thank you, David, so much for taking time out and being with me. Josh, we miss you, but you missed a spot on one of those dumbbells over there. Oh, this is my favorite part. Vamos Tulsa.
Vamos Tulsa.
I caught the Glock, mama oldest acting like he grown. Now peep the logic. I got a heap of problems. A mathematician, you see, I gotta keep it honest. I'm past offensive. From my childhood, I force you to forfeit. Turn snitch or crossover, source work for corporate. The hardship is not marked for fake artists barking. The artsy astrologist, a start to your rocket ship. Soon as I change styles, the moment that y'all pocket it. In prophets' eyes, prophesize giant size dollar clips for blessings. There ain't no way contested for us outsiders charging 20 G's a session.
Forward and I can't go back. Lessons that I went through, put some questions on my mental. Forward and I can't go back. The stress that I've been through, I left that in the rear view. Forward and I can't go back. Lessons that I went through, put some questions on my mental. Forward and I can't go back. The stress that I've been through, I left that in the rear view.
Yeah, outsiders in the casa.